Hello and welcome back to Von Mellisen Plays Darkfall, the journal. We are here in Polly and Nigel's Little Ghost Hunters HQ. We had just been reading through Polly's journal in the last episode, but before we go on there, while I was editing the last few videos, there were one or two things that I wanted to check out on the third floor that I just briefly noticed while I was editing the videos together. So that is... Oops. Damn it, I didn't mean to go downstairs. Yeah, up here. And then up to the third floor. So, rooms 3E and 3F down through the door here. So, 3E is this one, and then that one's 3F. Now, 3F is the locked one. We don't have the key for it, but I did notice very briefly as I passed my mouse cursor over the door that the cursor turned into a magnifying glass. So this is where we would put a piece of paper, for example, and then we would have to put something in the lock that we don't have at the moment, I think, to do like the Nancy Drew thing. We need like a pen or a pencil or something like that to stick in the lock to push the key out, and then we can get into that room. So that's interesting. Yeah, and that took away the piece of paper. Okay, so we'll need to keep our eyes out for something that we can stick into the keyhole of a door. So that was one thing, and then the other thing I noticed in the video and didn't really pay much attention to while I was actually doing that is when you open this drawer, we looked at this photo album here and this book, which we couldn't actually look at, but there's actually two envelopes here as well, but it doesn't actually appear. We can click on them. Okay, I just wanted to check that because they're very dark on my screen. They were a little bit brighter when I was editing the video together. Okay, now she doesn't have any pens there. There might be some pens in the artist's room. Let me just very quickly have a look at my room list here. So that'll be 3A. You might have something that we can yoink. Or there might be something down at the hotel, at the reception desk. Let's see, can we grab any one of these paintbrushes or something? You can't flip that around or do anything weird with it. Nope. Okay, can't look at that. We can look over here. Can't grab the candlestick. We can look over here, but there isn't any pens or anything that we can grab. And if we go over here to the desk, we can't grab any of those, even though they would be perfect. And there's a wee table here, but it didn't have any pens in it that we could grab. Let me very quickly check the reception desk. So there is this pen here, but we can't actually click on it. And I'm just having a look at the names now that I have here. ES for DW. And DW. No, it doesn't look like I have any names for that. Now, DW, interestingly enough, D equals W was part of the Caesar cipher that we decrypted the last time. And that there says room 3E, which is Edith Penfold's room, the mother's room. Interesting. But we can't grab that pen, which is what I was looking for. And the only other thing I can think of is maybe there's something in here. There's a pen there. Can we grab that? No. No and no. Okay. So let me go back upstairs and we'll check out the ghost hunter's room again. Oh, I didn't know you could look through the keyhole here. That's interesting. So we can see that it's the student's room. Okay, let's head back over to Polly's machine. So we read through her journal last time. Now we have sound recordings. Sound manipulator created by Haddon Industries. Registered to, was it Nigel Danvers, did it say? Yeah, Nigel Danvers. Loading recent files, blah blah blah. Okay, so sound 1, cellar night. Sound 2, kitchen night. Sound 3, loft midday. Okay, this is kind of irritating. Can I stop you from playing? No. Okay, so high frequencies detected, lower frequency. It's a 41100 megahertz recording. Source cellar, lower level, near silence. Note recording cellar by the locked door. Oh, he can stop it. Oh, but I can't read it. Yeah. Okay, recorded in cellar by the locked door. No audible sounds are obvious or even apparent at the time. White noise is audible now. Perhaps some other subliminal sounds. We'll try and filter out the higher frequencies. And further note, amazing, there's definite voice. Took a fair bit of cleaning, but it has been worth it. Took a snapshot with the camera of where it was recorded left.
No, they won't find us. Unless they spy my blood. They could follow it. My own blood shall bring them to us. Shut up, Will. Keep thy mouth sealed, for they could hear us. We keep quiet. We keep still. My blood spills. Find me some rags. I must stop the bleeding. Damn shot. No, they won't find us. Unless they won't find us. No, they won't find.
Okay. I was just playing around with the controls there. So clearly that is the voice of Tom, the guy that we've read about in the history of the place that was part of Cromwell's army and then became disillusioned and left and was shot in the leg while himself and his friend Will were escaping, and then Will turned traitor to go and save his own skin, and when he came back Tom was gone. So that was clearly Tom talking. Alright, prepare your ears, more noise. Oh my god. Low frequencies detected, massive white noise saturation. Okay. I was trying to see if I could filter out some of the noise just to make it bearable to talk over, but I'm sorry, you're going to have to put up with this. I'll try and read as quickly as I can. Noise recorded in the kitchen area of a hotel, not in silent conditions. There was a tap dripping and it picked up very clearly. No other sounds were detected until I removed the dripping sound. I amplified the white background noise. Further note, after some noise reduction I was able to single out a particular frequency, perhaps a voice, no audible words as of yet, we'll keep working on it. Okay, that kind of sounded a wee bit like Latin or something, but I'm not very familiar with Latin, so I'm not entirely certain. Let's have a look at the third one. Loft, midday. Note, recorded in loft near the window. Could only just see out of the window. I thought I saw a building out the woods. Too tired to investigate, should be in bed. Will be too tired for tonight. Anyway, this sound file was rushed. Further note, there is a massive radio noise in the file. It has rendered it almost useless. Hang on, it's not radio noise, it's a possible vocal source. White noise saturation, possible vocal frequency. Okay, so it's not the noise gate.
Talk now in my blind eyes. Deep down here. Others like me, taking me trips. Leave me knows you, can see you. Let your next one. Too late. Talk now in my mind.
Okay. Well, that sounded a bit like a warning. Nearly was kind of saying that missed them at the start of it, but saying like it knows that we're there, it can see us. So I guess they're talking about the evil presence in the house there. Okay, thankfully that is it for sound recordings. Let's have a look at image cleaner. Okay, ready for use, no image selected, blah blah. So I guess we select one of the images from down here. Okay, so click and drag to magnify image. Alright. So this is clearly taken in the bar. Public bar, ground floor, hotel, blah, taken by Nigel Danvers. Now, I'm not... Enlarged image. Quit program. Click and drag to magnify. I'm not really seeing how the image cleaning itself works, but we can just drag around an enlarged image. Am I seeing anything weird here? No, not particularly. Okay, platform 1. Click and drag to magnify image. Okay, not seeing anything there. That's like different from what I've seen with my own eyes. Click and drag to magnify image. Okay, we clearly have a flying chair in the buffet room. And third floor, Henry VIII. Aha! Here's where you can get your clue for what the pictures are about. Henry VIII portrait. We already worked that one out by ourselves. And Elizabeth I. Yep, she was indeed in number 1. There we go. And it looks like there's some lights shining there as well. And here, obviously, we have a weird spectral occurrence in the first floor, room 1B. We don't have a name for who the occupant of room 1B was. And that's clearly in the cellar, indeed. And the ghostly shape. And then me in hotel reception. Okay. Well, other than the clues there for like Henry VIII and stuff, I'm not seeing anything massively useful there. My music. God, it reminds me of like those old skinnable media players from like the late 90s, early 2000s, like Keijo Fall and God, there was some other one that I used to use all the time. I've forgotten now. Wouldn't be my taste in music. On to case 14, personals. Oh, this is going to be another reading all the things, so I might leave that one for the next episode. We'll go back to that. Metrolsat, weather and solar updates. Metrolsat, registered to Nigel Danvers for educational use only. Bloop. Okay, what have we got? So joint USAF NOAA, United States Air Force National something. I've heard of NOAA before, but I don't know what they stand for. Report of solar and geophysical activity. SCF number 298 issued blah 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 2200 Zulu on 29th of April 2003 IA. Analysis of solar active regions and activity from 24 blah to 25 blah. Solar activity was at high levels. Region blah produced an X1 3B flare at blah. UTC with associated type 2 blah blah blah. Lots of technical details here. So there's looks like there's a region of the sun that's producing a lot of solar flare activity. The region's grown significantly in the last 24 hours. So it went from a minor storm to a major severe storm. Okay. So British Isles. Signal is changing, but I don't know if that's significant or not. I'd say it's probably just interface gobbledygook. British Isles, rain will spread across most of Scotland with a few heavy falls in parts of the northwest. A few patches of rain are also likely across northern parts of Northern Ireland. Apart from Northern England, which will see an increase in cloud, the remainder of the country will have largely clear skies, with the risk of ground frost in a few locations. England, which will see an increase in cloud, the remainder of the country will have largely clear skies with the risk of ground frost in a few locations. That's that part of the sentence repeated down here again. Okay, and I can't click on any of these. That's the quit button. Alright, sat image 2. Visibility will be moderate to poor in rain in the north, otherwise it will be good. The wind will be moderate to fresh southwesterly to westerly, becoming strong in the far north. But in the south, winds will be light westerly, providing clear visibility and clear skies. Continue till dawn when some light rain is expected. 12-hour forecast. Wind southwest 6 or 7, occasionally 5 around the shore. Weather, occasional rain or showers. Visibility moderate or good. Sea state slight to moderate. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Wind, blah blah blah. Weather, occasional rain. Visibility moderate or good. Sea slate slight to moderate. And solar information is what we saw before. Okie dokie. That's the weather and solar updates. Browse websites. Haddon Web, registered to Polly White. Enter site address here. Oh, will it actually let me type? It will. Okay. What have we got here? Okay, we've got 3 ones that are already filled in for us. Learnpiano.co.uk. As you can see, there are 7 notes in. Okay, this is going to be the clue then for, I guess, the role of music that we found kind of tied to the trumpet. So that would have been a G, G, A, B, C. G, G, A, B, C was the notes that was on the trumpet, from what I could see. We are visitor number 3. As you can see here, there are 7 notes in an octave. This set of notes is repeated across the whole keyboard of a piano. The black keys in between are called accidentals, pronounced accidentals, but we will look at them in another lesson, so you don't have to worry about them now. This photograph to the right shows my finger pointing at middle C. The diagram to the bottom right shows a scale. You'll find these printed or written musical manuscripts such as sheet music. The large black dots represent the notes that you can play. The notes are labeled in this diagram F through E. Next week we'll look at why some of the notes look different than others, i.e. they have holes in them and dots next to them. But for now, just practice what you have. See you next time. Okay, so we have letters then associated with the notes from the trumpet. So that would be G, G, A, B, C. Alrighty, ghosthunters.net. Ghost Hunters UK. Welcome to Ghost Hunters UK, the first web forum for ghost hunters, paranormal photographers, and their fans. This forum is currently down due to a dispute with our service provider. We apologise, it cannot be helped. Feel free to explore the other sections until this problem is spirited away. New, in focus, Dorset, Polly White talks about her plans for the Dowerton experiment, the supposed haunted hotel of the southwest. So that's the new section. Okay, frequently asked. I guess. No, I guess it has a cover page. Frequently asked. The topics we are asked most of the forum is, what are ghosts? Although it is a repetitive question, it is perhaps the most important one. The problem is there is definitely no one type of ghost. So we have put this section together to answer at least some of your questions. Enjoy! Select one of the above section buttons to learn more about ghost lore today by Corbin Radar. Residual. These are like tape recordings, usually seen in the same location, replaying the same scene over and over to different people. A traumatic event leaves an indelible recording on the building or location, replaying itself forever. These may be seen as a glimpse of the past, recreating the traumatic event, or simply heard as footsteps up and down a hallway. Traumatic footsteps? So next one then, anniversary. As your name suggests, this type only manifests on significant anniversaries, deaths, birthdays, and other times that are meaningful for the deceased or are of historical significance. They may be replaying a specific event on that one day or night. Intelligent. These spirits seem to have intelligence. They are interactive, similar to the poltergeist. They can be full of curiosity, playful, and sometimes dangerous. They may attract attention by making noises such as footsteps, slamming doors, or lifting and moving and hiding objects. Okay, poltergeist. Poltergeist, German for noisy spirit. As this name would suggest, they are often noisy, often throwing things around, pinching and poking. They are generally disruptive. Manifestations are short, from 3 to 6 months, and often center on a teenage female. This would suggest that the activities are attributable to the teenager, who may be acting as a natural medium or manifesting repressed emotions. Energy orbs. Orbs are the most often photographed spirits caught on film. They are seen as transparent or translucent balls of light hovering above the ground. Swirling patterns can be seen inside them. This could be energy of some kind. Okay, in focus. Polly's Ouija tips. I'm looking forward to reading that one because I'm not quite sure yet what to ask the Ouija board upstairs. Alright. Myself and another Weymouth student, Nigel Danvers, have been funded by Haddon Industries to conduct a full investigation at the Old Station Hotel in Dowerton. Over the next couple of weeks, we will set up various pieces of standard equipment as well as a few toys lent to us by the sponsor. Naturally, any results we get will be posted on this board straight away. I'm a huge fan of Ghostbusters UK and see this as an opportunity to really pay respect to those that have contributed not only to the site, but my own studies as well. Do read my Ouija tips, as I have found it to be quite invaluable in the past, even though I hope not to descend into such things during my time during the Dowerton experiment. With the expenses laid on, it seems a little unfair. So, minor interruption there. We're just going to go on and read Polly's Ouija tips, which is good because I need some for the Ouija puzzle upstairs. Believe! No one will come through if you are larking about or doing it for the fun. Keep the questions simple. What is your name? How old are you? Where are you? Are you alone? Etc. Interesting. I'm going to make a note of these afterwards. No answer doesn't mean there is no one there. They just don't know what to say. Keep a note of what comes through. You may have to piece together sentences. Don't do it alone. 2 heads are better than 1 when it comes to judgment. Say goodbye. You may trap a spirit here. They wouldn't like that. Be warned. Because we kind of screwed about with the Ouija board before and haven't said goodbye. Hopefully that's not a problem. And radio interview. On April 1st, no joke, Polly White was interviewed on KMC Radio 4's This Working Life show. The interview focused on Polly's obscure choice of career and the Dowerton experiment. She candidly explains the setup and motives behind the event and gives some background to the setting, which many may find interesting. Due to the security enforced by the Crabtree Estate, and the station and hotel are not open to the public, this radio recording is in web radio format. We apologise for the sound quality. Copyright KMC 2002. Listen.
The program is repeated on Saturday at 2:15 p.m. With the time 11:30 GMT, we join Stephen Ashurst for a new series of This Working Life.
Actually saw that. Oh, we can listen and read at the same time.
Good morning and welcome to This Working Life with me,
Can
Stephen
I stop
Ashurst.
it? I can. Let me just read it. It'll be a bit easier than waiting for him to go on, do stuff. Good morning, and welcome to This Working Life with me, Stephen Ashurst. Each episode we'll be focusing on individuals who have chosen interesting and sometimes strange careers themselves. This week we interview Polly White, a self-confessed ghost hunter, and Joanne Coles, a promoter of traditional Yorkshire puddings. Finally, Philip Plowzek, an organic bird food farmer from Brittany. Okay, firstly, Polly, good morning. Why such an odd profession? Polly. First, I don't like to think of it as odd. Really, it is such like another science. Oh god, sadly a rather ignored or ridiculed one. The routines, practices, recording and experiments follow the same rules and criteria. I like to refer to it as an alternative science, like you have alternative religions and medicine. Stephen Ashurst. When did you become interested in, to coin your phrase, the alternative sciences? Polly. Funnily enough, I was doing my foundation course at the time for a regular physics degree. I had a supernatural experience and became interested in the cause and reasons. Care to elaborate? Of course. Well, I was at Sussex University at the time and had been for 3 months. Some friends and I were talked into trying a Ouija board session. Naturally, I at first the idea ridiculous. I thought the idea ridiculous at first, and only went along with it so that I could scoff at the others when nothing happened. But something did happen. Care to elaborate? A lengthy and succinct conversation with an intelligent spectral phenomenon. It quite shook me up at first, but then I became fascinated. Within a month, we had all dropped out of our course and were seeking alternatives. Regular physics didn't seem rewarding or exciting after that night. You did find an alternative course. Would you like to talk about it? Yes, I was reading a science fiction magazine and saw an advertisement for an experimental courses at Weymouth University. They are the brainchild of Henry Cuttle, who actually lectures on everything from the supernatural to warp science series. It was partly Henry's influence that got us to the Dowerton experiment. This is your new project, yes? Yes, sponsored by Haddon Industries. Myself and fellow student Nigel Danvers are spending the next couple of weeks, and possibly more, in the abandoned station and hotel just outside of the village. Sadly, the buildings are about to undergo major redevelopment to convert them into a bar, club and restaurant. This is a pity, as the buildings are essentially a living museum. The owners, the Crabtree Estate, have kept the place as sealed as possible. They lost their son in 1947. He disappeared from the hotel. Yes, I remember reading something about that. He disappeared along with several others? Yes, all on the same night. They were not the only ones either. As recently as the 1980s, people have been disappearing from around that area. Do you believe them to be connected? The police don't agree with that theory. Sorry, hang on. Skipped a line there. Do you believe they are connected? It would be less realistic to think they are not. It is too much of a coincidence. The police don't agree with that theory, do they? No, they still say that George Crabtree abducted the guests and staff after midnight and disposed of the bodies. This is, quite frankly, ridiculous. Where are the bodies? Where is George Crabtree? Did he dispose of himself as well? What is your theory? I haven't got one, yet. We are hoping the experiment will provide some clues. How are you going about it? Haddon Industries has lent us a wonderful array of gadgets and equipment, some experimental, others obvious. CCTV, microphones and an operating system designed especially. We are very excited about it. It does sound terribly exciting. Is there any possibility you could return to tell us some of your results? Certainly, I look forward to it. Thank you, that sounds brilliant. Okay then, over to you, Joanne. Yorkshire puddings. Fade out. Okay, so that was In Focus, and then television. Wednesday, Discovered Channel, Haunted London, new series hosted by Annika Rice. My god, Annika Rice, remember her. Exploring the many haunted sites on the capital. Live! Wednesday, Sci-Fi Now, Sightings, a long-running series broadcasts a special Ghost Hunters episode, including a live broadcast from Mason Gill, Normandy. Thursday, Ghost Watchers Remembered. The infamous spoof ghost hunt gets the discussion it deserves. Still banned by the KMC, never to be shown again. What did shake a nation that Halloween? ... And finally, sponsors. Stuck in the Dark. Afraid. Trust in Glow Day. We outshine the competition. Glowday.com. Okay. Can we go to glowday.com? www.glowday.com. Oh, won't let me go to glowday.com. Boo. That sucks. Really can't go there? Nope. Okay, so that was Ghost Hunters on it, and finally, let's check out 20th Century Mysteries, unless this is massive. If it's massive, we'll leave it till the next episode. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a bit of reading here, so I'm going to leave that to the next episode. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time when we have a look at, what was it? The Case 14 Personals, and then that website. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of Von Millesen Plays Darkfall, the Journal!